gas. You have gas.
So in the following video, we went to a place called the Counting House Museum, and it was built in 1830 and is located on the banks of the Salmon River, Falls River, besides the mill dam that powered the looms of the 19th century cotton textile factory. It's really interesting, actually. The people that were there were so great. They were an older, I don't think they were a couple, but a man and a woman. And they just went into like all the details of the history of South Berwick. Yeah, it was really interesting. So the last remaining building of the Portsmouth Manufacturing Company textile mill, the Counting House, once provided office space for the company's agent, paymaster, and their staff. Samuel Hale was the mill agent until 1869, when he succeeded his son, Francis. So the building itself has a lot of history, but it has over 10,000 historic records and photos of South Berwick and the surrounding area. Upstairs, which you will see in this video, has this amazing area, and it used to actually be a ballroom where they would hold dances. Yeah, so the upstairs is one of northern New England's last textile mill ballrooms, now used as permanent exhibit, Village Voices, as well as meetings and programs. Years ago, the mill entertained dancers each autumn when gas lamps were illuminated at Lighting Up the Ball. The Counting House was listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is part of South Berwick's Historic District. It was a really interesting place to go. There was a lot of artifacts there, lots of milling type things, textiles, just you can see how it was. The keepers were very informative. They talked a lot about the Native Americans that were there before, and how it became an actual town and how things were kind of taken over from the Native Americans, which is really sad, and how they were kind of pushed north, but they used to do all their businesses along the Salmon River. I don't know enough. I only have like the one-sided thing, but they were I felt really bad, you know? It's just like, I think sometimes we don't want to talk about the hard things in history. And it's nice. I want my children to see the whole side of history. And that's one reason that I love to go to so many places, is giving the kids and myself the whole side of history, to see it from all different types of groups of people, not just the one-sided American culture type perspective. So I feel really blessed to be able to go and do this. It is free and it is open on Sundays, I think from 1 to 4, I want to say. So if you are ever in the area, you should check it out.
Hear that loud noise?
I hear that loud noise.
You see it down.
I see it. Wow.
If you go down there, you can put your feet in the water. Or just go that way. Look.
Oh, look at that, huh?
Stop.
Want to go to the Counting House Museum?
Yeah.
It is right there.
Super fun. Super fun.
The side door here, it says.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah. Do you want to guess before?
Is this a white?
Is that a white deer? Let's see. A caribou. Okay.
But we do have this native numbers of people coming. We get no money from the government or anything else to run things strictly done.
Oh, really? Careful.
We use those figures for grass, for buying for grass.
We start here because a little thing down here pertaining to the Indians.
That was in New York. The paintings, Azariah. You see the paintings too? Oh, it puts you right there. That's Plymouth Plantation. It says in the 17th century, the kitchen hearth was the busiest part of the home. An era before stoves, women cooked over the hot, smoky embers. Open flames on the hearth to prepare stews and other meals.
Beaver hats. Beaver, you hear about beaver hats?
Yeah.
What has a beaver skin type of a thing.
Do you see the beaver?
Yeah, I already saw it.
Oh, let's walk.
So there's no record.
Penny.
Yes, that's the money that they used to use. The King Philip's War, 1675 to 1678.
I'm the person.
You're the person. It's called a silhouette. Please don't rub against the wall. Oh, look how pretty that is. Madame Cushing's home. Look how beautiful that is, huh?
They had a reenactment of Lafayette being in this town, and he was brought to this house, which is down Main Street. So this is the existing house here, and some of the write-ups pertaining to it.
Look at the pottery. I don't like the way you're talking right now.
You just act it. So,
Ooh, what is that? The Crooked River that divides coastal Maine from New Hampshire has served as a channel of enterprise for 400 years. At the head of the tide is a landing place where generations have sought to connect with greater world for their livelihood, from shipping lumber to the West Indies to importing fuel oil from the Middle East. Enterprise entails risk to homeland, habitat, property, and identity. Such risks have yielded great wealth, but also misfortune. To 6 who ventured, success came through daring, but also endurance. Qualities have come to define New England character.
For your folks in general, this is the counting rule, you know, this is called the counting house. It was the counting house, building a separate building to the actual mill over here. The last page down here shows some good pictures of the mill.
Okay.
5-story brick building down in the parking lot.
Look at the carvings.
Back in the old days, the towns were small. They didn't have any meeting places and stuff like that. The mills had to make their own meeting place. They made this ballroom. They actually did have balls here, 100%.
Ooh. Do you want to dance with me if this was a ballroom?
So these are all exhibits of South Burg Technical Center. There's
Look at that accent. Goodness, that's big.
I opened this window. This shows the dam down here with the water. You can see the angler.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they call a fish ladder. You hear a lot about letting the fishes go up and down the brook.
Yeah.
To propagate in streams and whatnot. But that is a fish ladder down there that goes to get the fishes around the dam here.
What fish is it? Salmon? Or
No, it's alewives.
alewives, yeah.
The farm ones, I think they had shad at one time.
We used to dip net for alewives.
Okay, you're familiar with the
Yep.
businesses. Paying taxes, have your electricity that way.
Yeah. 1,600 felling axe. Look how huge it is compared to us. Flintlock musket. I don't know, he didn't say. Great for Plymouth Plantation. Look at that spoon.
The beds they made with ropes that went across the frame. Right.
Okay, no, don't pull
So
it,
this
please.
tool here was used to put the rope through here, and you wind it up, and you wind up the rope to make it tight.
So I was thinking that you might have been able to hear him a little bit clearer than you can actually hear him in the video, but what he's saying right here is just that he was showing the kids the tool or the key that was used to tighten the bed ropes. So if you don't know, beds were made out of ropes. So it made almost like a cross weaving pattern of ropes, and they would tighten them with a key. It kind of like screwed them tight, because if not, it would like sag. It would sag in the middle. So you would need to tighten your ropes every night so you wouldn't sag in the middle. If you've been to historical places, there's a lot of places that do this. He was kind of actually impressed that my kids knew what they were already. So yeah, he was just explaining that. So he was really good. He took the time to like go through each of the things. I love when there's older generations that do this for the children, because that's how they're gonna learn.
That would be nice and snug tonight when you went to bed. So how sleep tight tonight? Sleep tight. That's where it came from.
And carding the wool.
These are cotton. When the big ships came up to Portsmouth, they used to have to put the bales of cotton coming up from the south into smaller boats. They'd come up to the cars right here. This is the cars that they could come up the river.
Really?
That's why one of the reasons why the town existed before a lot of the other towns, because you had a super highway coming up to this town with the rivers.
Wow.
These are gondola boats. These are the things that were used to transport them. As time went on, there's no bridges from here to the ocean at one time. There are bridges now, such a great big bridges. And when they started doing little bridges, these boats here, they could pivot this big boom here that holds the sail to swivel it down to go under the bridges and things like that.
Oh, wow.
This is a little fence now.
There's a little mother one over here. Let's see. So I'm sure throughout this video you can hear Azariah. He was in my little carrier, and so he was like making a little gurgly and talky noises, and then he got a little grumpy for a couple minutes there, but yeah, that's him making little noises. Look at the detail in each of those things. Huh?
Yeah, got a little man there.
And look at the mini like saw.
Yeah. Is the anchor.
Mm-hmm. Samuel Hale. Demand for cotton cloth soared in 1820s when the water power looms lowered production cost, making machine woven technology. Samuel Hale and 3 other local investors founded Portsmouth Company Cotton Mill on the site 1831.
Well, anyways, when you see the picture up here of the mill, very left side wall, you see part of a building.
Yeah,
That's where
that's
we are
this.
right now.
Okay.
So the mill's all gone except this, which is called the counting house, where they could count money, they could count material, but they also was a place to meet people, meet the crowd at meetings and that type of a thing. But they did have balls for the community because, again, it was a nice facility.
Yeah.
During
Carving is amazing.
the early 1900s, they needed housing. A lot of these places that were not being used, they were just boarded up. They converted it to 4 housing apartments in this building.
Really?
But obviously, lucky for us, they obviously, when the petition ended, they didn't butch the upstairs.
Oh, that's
So
good.
that's why this is so fancy, but it's fancy downstairs too.
Look at the cotton bale.
A little one.
Mm-hmm. That's how it would have been. That's how the cotton comes off the plant. Let's see what he has. Shoemaking tools. Oh, there's a wooden leg.
You see how it's a mold? See the boards in between?
Wow.
If the person's bigger, you just put another board in. You just made this to duplicate you in a sense. So then the guy had this mold to work to make boots for you.
Wow. Must have been so heavy.
Do you want me to pick you up so easy? Yeah, no.
You have little ones for little kids. You see the little ones for the kids? Is that a shoehorn?
Yeah. How about these fancy boots up in back? How would you like to lace those up and go party? You know, the lacing on it.
I wouldn't want to get out of them.
Yeah. Looks like once you got them on, they help stand you up.
Yeah. Very true. Look at the hat. Do you see the old?
There was another mill in town, I think it's 4 stories, a couple miles this way, that made shoes.
Okay.
The next case is businesses that have been here almost forever.
Look at that. Oh, this is like logging, right? Born in Stanton, Quebec, Placid, oh goodness, immigrated to New Hampshire in 1896 when he was 16 years old, attracted by a ready market for labor and textile factory in Somersworth. He and his older brother Joseph went into business, delivering milk by ice by wagon, switching to Corwood over the next decade. By 1906, Placid was listed in the main register as Peter Gadden. Wood and ice. He cut logs from local woodlots, harvested ice on Knight's Pond. As wood supplies dwindled in 1910, he shifted to coal and coke. Truck delivery of range oil and fuel oil began during the Depression. The natural gas supply was added 30 years later. Gagnon and Sons is now 4th generation family-owned business by Placid's great-grandson, Mark Gagnon. Still supplies fossil fuels, but in 2007 he experimented with solar heat and biofuels. His office is on Main Street and overlooks the village remade. From agrarian community based on mutual aid to post-industrial community based on mobility. It's gorgeous.
Sarah Jewett.
Sarah Jewett.
Highly collectible.
Wow.
And as this river comes up, it expands to be big inland bays, lakes like in down here. A fellow, he took his boat when he came up here. Every time he saw a house or a building or something else, he made a sketch of it. We went home back, and this is the 1660 type of thing. This is used as a real estate gimmick to try that you can buy areas over in America. And this is what it looks like now. Look at all the houses. There's a lot of people here. It's just like it is back in England, France, and that type of a thing. It's a sales gimmick. You think that Florida does it now.
Yeah.
They did it back then.
We are hoping to soon go to the Sarah Jewett house, which is who wrote all of those books. Look at my fluff. Hello. All those books that were in those cases there. So we can find all about her over at her family house, which was right up the road from this counting house. I think it's probably like a mile up the road. We're gonna do that on a different day. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. Where are some cool places that you're visiting lately?